Hello, my name is Bubinni and welcome back to the channel. This is the start of my new A to Z campaign guide for factions in the grand campaign of Total War Rome 2. These guides will go over legendary campaigns, but the info can be used on any difficulty. These guides will also be quick as I will focus on the important information only. Let's get right into it with our first faction, Ardiaei. Ardiaei is one of the Balkan factions from the Pirates and Raiders DLC. Their starting position is a single minor settlement in southern Illyria. Looking at their faction bonuses, their culture follows that of a true pirate, giving bonuses to raiding income and extra naval unit recruitment slots. However, like all of the Balkan factions, recruiting mercenaries is cheap but comes with a higher upkeep cost. Militarily, Ardiaei has a mix of standard Illyrian units as well as hoplites and Thraeos units similar to their Greek neighbors. At the start of the game, Ardiaei is both weak economically and militarily. However, they have no starting wars and are neutral with their neighbors. Because of this, you'll want to secure your entire starting province. Your first moves should be researching the Warhorn military tech in the Warrior Code tab, followed by Headhunt in the War Exercises tab to unlock the Bronze Forge. You'll want to disband your fleet as it is too expensive to maintain, and join your two armies together and disband the extra general. Then move your starting agent, which is a champion for Ardiaei, into your army for some much needed unit XP. You should upgrade your minor settlement's main building, construct a fishing port, and build the Artisan's Lodge, which will then be upgraded to the Bronze Workshop. Wait for the workshop to be completed, and you will then recruit a mix of raiders and levies. Your raiders and levies will be the backbone of your army early on, as every other unit Ardiaei has at this time is utterly trash. You also won't recruit any mercenaries as they're too expensive due to Ardiaei's culture traits, and you will possibly go the entire campaign without any mercenaries. With this type of army, you're going to full send charge at the enemy in every battle. From here, declare war on the Deorsi to your north and lay siege to their city. The AI will spam trash spears early on that you can easily beat. Once the city is taken, recover your losses and declare war on the Dalmatei. If you need to, you can recruit a second smaller force to help assist your main army in taking the city. With the entire province under your control, you should construct a chieftain's hold and lore master's hut in the province capital for public order and research speed bonuses. The rest of the buildings are purely up to you and what you feel you need. A good rule of thumb is to have at least one religious building and 2 farms in each province for food and public order. On screen now are the buildings for minor settlements and province capitals that you should consider building. In my opinion, these are the best buildings to construct, as the others are either extremely situational or an outright waste. As you continue through your campaign into the mid-game, your army builds and playstyle will change. A standard mid-game Ardiaei army will consist of the general as a hoplite or cav unit, 10 Illyrian hoplites, 6 Thraeos, 1 ballista, and 2 Illyrian cav. At this stage, Ardiaei's playstyle shifts to defensive. The ballista will cause the AI to attack in every land battle regardless of who the attacker actually is. This will favor you as the Illyrian hoplites have expert charge defense, which helps the unit in combat against charging enemies. When the main infantry line clashes with your hoplites, maneuver your Thraeos around the edges and start peppering the enemy units from behind.
Fuck! Alright, who did it? Gary, just throw this fucking toothpick at me, man.
Use your cav to chase down enemy skirmishers and assist Thraeos units in killing enemy cavalry. You should slowly envelop the enemy and surround them as their flanks shatter. Note that both the Illyrian Thraeos and Illyrian cav are very weak. The Thraeos will lose in combat against opposing infantry when fighting alone, and the cavalry will also lose against enemy cav in a solo fight. As Ardiaei, you will not be using standard skirmisher units, as their slingers are horrible.
Feck you, weenies.
And their javelins are outclassed by their Thraeos and Marine units. In the late game, you will have a similar comp to the mid-game, but you will exchange the Illyrian hoplites for noble hoplites and Illyrian Thraeos for Illyrian Marines. You can change the army comp into any style you want, but I would recommend having at least 8 noble hoplites. This is one of the best hoplites in the game, and with them you can actually be aggressive. Just be careful not to overspend, as they are very expensive, and fielding too many at one time will quickly bankrupt your faction. And that will conclude the Legendary Campaign Guide for Ardiaei. I do thank you all for watching, and if you have any questions, please feel free to post a comment down below. Be on the lookout for my next campaign guide featuring Aravachi.